Good morning, everybody, from Boston Logan International Airport, where today we'll be taking the almost 6-hour flight over to Los Angeles LAX with Delta Airlines. Our ride for today is this nearly 23-year-old Boeing 757-200, first delivered to Trans World Airlines back in 1999. As this classic pulls up to the gate, we're treated to a blast from those Pratt & Whitney engines. Take a listen. The 757 has always been one of my favorite airliners, and I was thrilled to get on board one for the first time in years. My seat today is 35F, which is actually a crew rest seat on Delta 757s configured for transatlantic travel. This seat includes almost unlimited legroom for a much lower cost than Comfort Plus or Delta One. Delta's IFE stands out among US-based airlines. Smooth, responsive, and brimming with top-tier content. Although the area around my screen could have used a wipe down. I'm always happy to see IFE screens included on most Delta aircraft, especially as other mainline US carriers phase their IFE screens out in place of bring-your-own-device entertainment. Although nobody expects a brand new cabin on an aircraft at this age, the updated seats and IFE combined with great upkeep have this 757 feeling cozy for the long flight over to the West Coast. We're not quite a full flight today, so there will be plenty of room to move around. Before too long, we're pushing back from the gate. After a smoky engine start, we're on our way out of Logan's Terminal B, headed to runway 27 for departure. It's a beautiful day here in New England, so we should be in for a smooth liftoff. Our takeoff today is my first out of Boston Logan, and I have to say this was one of the most beautiful departures I've experienced. With fantastic views of East Boston, Boston Harbor, and the Charles River, and a stunning shot of downtown Boston. Instead of talking about it, why don't I let you see for yourself? As we cruise away from the ocean over the South End and Roxbury, we get our last views of the Boston Harbor. We turn north for a bit, before making a left over Nashua, New Hampshire for our westbound transcontinental flight. As expected, our departure was smooth as can be, and I'm looking forward to settling in, putting on a movie, and seeing what there is to see as we pass over 11 U.S. states and Ontario, Canada. Not long into the flight, our cabin crew came through with drinks and snacks. I opted for the traditional airplane ginger ale, as well as my favorite in-flight snack ever, Delta's Biscoff cookies. I also discovered this interesting pull-out leg rest beneath the seat. Crew rest seats really give you your money's worth. The 757 shows its age in the lavatory. A blue liquid flush toilet is the centerpiece, and it could use a cleaning. Definitely not the biggest lab, but I can stand up in it, and I'm 6'4". But really, there's nothing fancy to see here. The clouds we'd been chasing since upstate New York finally broke up over southern Nebraska, and this is where the views start getting really nice. The crew came back through the cabin with cups of water for everyone. We passed quickly over Denver, Colorado, and got a fantastic top-down view of the Rocky Mountains. Amazingly, it seemed like only minutes before we were over southern Utah, passing over Arches, Canyonlands, and Bryce Canyon National Park. I really got lucky with a seat on the right side of the airplane. As we crossed southern Nevada, I was treated to some great sights. Lake Mead, the Hoover Dam, and of course Las Vegas, Nevada in the distance. Pretty soon we were on approach to runway 24 right at LAX. It was a little bumpy, but beautiful nonetheless.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our absolute pleasure to welcome you to Los Angeles. The local time here is 10:52 a.m.
Our total flight time today was about 5 hours and 40 minutes, and I have to say it was a total treat to spend that time on Delta 757-200. If you're an aviation nerd like me, you know how special it is to ride on aircraft like this, which might not be in service for too much longer. Huge shout out to Delta's flight crew and cabin crew on today's flight. Delta's service is always outstanding, and this flight was no different. This channel is brand new, and if you like today's video, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and ringing the bell to get notifications for future videos. There are many more on the way. Thank you so much for watching.